J. Cole, what up? What up? Friday, yeah. See what happens. I want to target this low down here, Asian session / 4 hour. I want to see if we get manipulation higher real quick. Be nice if we come up, take out this low session high. Or these 15 minute. Or target these, even target these hourly lows, but we'll see how the market wants to move today. That gold trade was nice, huh? Dude, I went to bed and I couldn't even, I was talking to you and I went to bed. I didn't even move it to break even, or I didn't even get to secure my first take profit at 25%. So it took out, I had my 60 lot, 0.60 lot order at that 75% level, dude. So I made more money on top of it because again, my 75% and then 100% hit. Dude, I woke up at 5 a.m. to the noise. I went to bed at 2, woke up at 5, and I didn't get sleep the rest of the night. But it was a nice feeling. It was a good feeling just to see it. But I've been focusing more just being numb to it, though. Like, I want to, like, regardless if I win or lose, like, I just want to be happy that I followed my system. I let the trade run. That's it. You know? I don't care if I make money or lose. Big Timmy, what up? My bias right now, I'd probably be more leaning towards bearish. But again, it is Friday, so I'm still on a 5-trade losing streak, though. Also, so we'll see if we take a trade today. I haven't taken a trade in 2 days, but I'm still on a 5-trade losing streak right now. I'm down on the month, but we'll see what she brings. We'll see what she brings. I threw 3 accounts in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, best thing I'd have to say with that, if you're rinsing accounts like that, you gotta focus on just your discipline, your patience, and risk management. That's just the only thing I'd really say. That's what helped me a lot about like a year ago. Yeah, if you're starting out, yeah, dude, you got years, brother. You got years. How long you been trading? Oh my, yeah, you're only a month in. Yeah, I'd give it a 5 to 10 year window if I had to give the best advice on that. Don't focus on these fake people on social media, dude, who say it's gonna happen in a year or 2 years. Even you can learn a strategy in that amount of time, like that's easy. But again, you got to come across your psychology, your risk management, figuring out who you are as a trader, figuring out your data, and your data takes 6 months to a year to even see if something works, and then go back refining it in the live data. Yeah, you can go back and back test it, but it's a different story doing it in the live markets with real funds and stuff like that. You got to get data and see how you perform. So you just got to keep getting market experience and keep pushing, but it takes time. Don't rush the process. If you're a month in, you shouldn't even be on a funded account. You should be just paper trading. You should just be learning the craft right now. That'd be my best opinion. Yep. It's good. Keep that mindset. Because the market's gonna humble you a lot within the next 5 years. I'll tell you that. It does a humbling, and it does it to everybody. I do dumb shit when I paper trade or demo trade. Well, if you do dumb shit and you can't do that, then you're in the wrong business, dude. If you can't take a step back and focus on the craft before focusing on the money, you're never gonna. It's not. I'm telling you. As somebody with 6-7 years of experience, I'm telling you, I did that same thing. Also, I got lucky making money in crypto in the beginning, and I went straight into Forex with live accounts, dude, and ended up losing most of that money. I know you want to make money right away, but you got to figure out the craft first. That's like saying if you play basketball and you're playing in your first practice or something like that, but you don't take it serious because you're not playing an NBA game on your first day. You're not one of the top prospects, you know? It's like anything hard in life, dude. It's gonna take time, but you gotta remember, most people aren't successful in this, and that's with most things that are hard to do. But the one thing that trading does why most people don't end up being successful is they think it happens overnight, and they think it happens quick, and they think they're gonna make money very quickly. Yes, you can make money in a quick way once you learn the craft, but this shit takes time to get to that point, and it's a lot of failing, a lot of blown accounts, a lot of lost money, a lot of just learn, fail. Live and learn, yeah. Just take your time. That'd be the best advice I could give you. Take a step back. Take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. The market doesn't care about how much money you want to make or how you want to make money. It's going to do whatever it wants at the end of the day. And if you treat it as gambling, you're going to get wrecked. You can get lucky once in a while hitting trades, but consistency is where it's really going to show. And that's the overall goal. Consistency. What are you doing over here, sheepy? You keep hitting my desk. What are you doing? You sheeping? Alright, market open. Let's see what we get today. Not talking to you, Siri. Coming into this 15-minute bearish gap right now. I don't want to see us just react off of that. I would like to see us sweep this, some of this up here. But we'll see. We could want to continue lower there and take out this 4-hour low / these hourly lows. I don't know if we're going to come all the way down here today on a Friday. That's 700 more points, dude. I'd like to just target this Asian session 4-hour low. That's what I'd like to really target. But can we get that? Is the thing. We might just react off of this 15-minute fair value gap and continue lower. If it does, then we'll see what happens after that. But this is my overall target right now. Let's see if this 5-minute protects it from going lower. We can retrace higher a little bit. But it's still too early for me to take an entry. I don't usually take an entry till macro. $850, swept that 5-minute high. People are probably gonna take entry here, dude. Let's see if it fakes him out. Let's see if it fakes him out. I'm gonna go get some water. She's kicking up out of room. Is she yelling, yo? That work? Get a bigger couch. Let's see if we fake people to the downside right now. Because again, I usually wait for the macro. Let's see if we want to fake people out of this 15-minute fair value gap. It's too early for me to enter. Let's see if we fake people out. I want to see buy side get swept first. Either this 15-minute and continue lower. This 15-minute and continue lower. Or this London session and continue lower. Ideally, I would like this London session to get swept. Because again, we can come into this hourly fair value gap right here. This 4-hour gap. This would be awesome. If we can come up to here and see if we get selling pressure out of that and target this low, that would be cool. I would like to see that. But as of now, I don't want to take anything here. I'd rather miss out. So I'm going to stay patient. I feel like we can fake people to the downside here. Make it look like we want to continue lower, and then we're going to pop up quick. Let's see if that happens. A lot of people probably entered short here off of this. But I don't care about a 15-minute bearish fair value gap after we sweep a London session low. That's a session low compared to a 15-minute gap. I want to see buy side get swept before anything. Remember, it's Friday too, folks. So Fridays could be a little chop. Do we have news today too? 10 a.m. All right, so I'll most likely wait for 10 a.m. news anyway. The consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. President Trump speaks at 1:30. We won't be around by that time. J. Cole and G and D Blicky, you know what I've been noticing about the Discord? Want to hear my take? Let's be honest, June's been a tough month, right? June has been a tough month. But you'll see people post wins when they're winning in this Discord. And the only person who posts losses sometimes is either me, J. Cole, you post losses sometimes, Wing Wong, D Blicky and G. I don't even think you guys even post your wins, which is fine. That's fine. But it gets quiet when people aren't being consistent. People don't join the live sessions, but that's because people don't take the advice that I try to give, but nobody wants to listen. Which is okay. Yeah, no, eval's good. Yeah, gee, I'm still on an eval with my XAU account, but again, I just like posting the process, right? It helps you too to be honest with what you're doing, and I feel like that's the whole point of what I'm trying to do, because again, I hate when people lie on social media, number one, and number two, I hate when people try and post trades to impress others. That's why I like posting my losses. That's why I'm going to show you my dashboard. You can judge me all you want. You can say I'm a bad trader. The data will back it in the future, and time will back it. And I've said that since the beginning. But I just feel like it's better to be honest and show a journey and explain to people the mistakes you're making or what you did wrong, and just have accountability for everything you do and show that. Because that, number one, will make you a better trader, hold you more accountable, and also people can learn from the real process of it. Not this fake guru shit that's, 6 months to profitability, 1 year to profitability. And a lot of people don't post their overall stuff every single day. They don't. Most people don't. Again, you don't have to, but then don't be involved in social media if you're going to be giving people advice in trading. If you're giving people advice in trading, it's either you're making a shit ton of money, right? And you're showing that, and people are buying your product and stuff like that, totally fine. But if you're not a good trader and you're still growing, like even for me right now, I'm still growing. I'm in the growing phase. But I'm showing the process of it. I'm showing the growth stage that most people never show. The growth, because then 2-3 years from now, dude, credibility's there. Credibility is there. And it just helps people too, to show them the process. Yes, sir. That's why we have this Discord, guys. Don't be scared to interact. Don't be scared to show your losses. Don't be scared to show your mistakes. I'll never judge anybody off of that. Nobody's better than anybody else. We're here to trade. We're here to get better. We're here to show the process. Fail in front of each other because that's going to keep you accountable and make you do the right things. Learn, grow, fail. Learn, grow, fail. Repeat. Learn, grow, fail. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. What up, Wingy? What's the Discord? You see, it should be in my thing on the bottom, right? Yeah. Join the free Discord, Master Futures. Just in my link. It's the links in my Here, I'll just put. You want me to put it in the kick chat? Go to my Instagram or my YouTube channel or my TikTok. The link to it's in my bio and all of them. All you gotta do is click it and it'll give you access to the waiting room, and then I'll give you the free. I do a waiting room first because again we get scammers a lot. So when you go to the waiting room, people like the scammers, they just post right away. So I ban them instantly. So you'll be in a waiting room for a second and then I'll give you the access. But go to my Instagram, my TikTok, or my my YouTube. It should be right. You should be able to see it right there on my socials. Just connect with me. Oh, there he is. I found you, mate. All right, now you got to send me $100 on Venmo. I'm just kidding. You're in. You should have access now. I'm fucking with ya. Calm down. Calm down. Yes, sir. You should be able to see everything. I go live in both the Discord and Kick and stuff like that. Yeah, $100. I guarantee 100% win rate. We have a 100% win rate. We win every single trade. I can turn you into a millionaire in 30 days. Yeah, I know people do actually. And the funny thing is, J. Cole, the people actually believe those people. That's the worst part about it. That is the worst part about it. Alright guys, I'm going to X out this London session low because we know we swept it out. I'm going to keep that in mind, right? Based off of our higher time frame. But I'm going to stick to my overall idea here. I'm going to probably most likely wait for 10 a.m. But I like how we're making a relative equal low too. If we can form an hourly low right here with this candle, that would be awesome to target these relative equal lows down here after sweeping out this buy side within this 4-hour bearish gap. That's what I really want to look for today. If that doesn't present itself and we come and take this out, most likely won't trade because it is Friday and I am on a 5-trade losing streak, but I really want to see something like this, right, out of one of these draws. I would really like to see that. Because we're overall bearish on higher time frame. We inverse this hourly gap on NQ. We didn't on ES, but I would love to form this hourly low, have relative equal lows, and then we could target those. It's a good draw. But I'm going to stay patient, see what we get, I would like to sweep that London session high because, again, we want to sweep a session high to be able to target a session low. This is also an Asian session low down here. So this is Asian session / 4-hour. I don't think I want to target any of this stuff. I don't believe we would continue all the way down there on a Friday, but you never know, dude. You never know. Market's going to do whatever the hell it wants at the end of the day. Pumped freaking 1,000 points yesterday to the downside right away, so who knows. Buy my course. Yeah, literally. Buy my course. $10,000. I will make you an instantly profitable trader with a 100% win rate strategy. And yeah, buy my course. The scary thing is too, I get DMs all the time from people who are trying to market me to make me sell a course. And I fell for that trap too, and then I ended up just paying the people and I never did it. I just felt like it was wrong. I'll sell a course in the future when I'm making a lot of money and I'll like help a specific amount of people. Like we'll do like 25 seats, help 25 people for like 3 months, and then do it another 6 months later or something like that. I'll do that stuff, but I still need to build to get to that point. I need to be proven, like I need to be making like 20 to 50 grand a month consistently, or a trade or something like that, to be doing that shit. I ain't ready for that yet. I'll stick with the Discord. Don't forget about me. Hey man, if you're in the Discord and you're showing support right now, I'm gonna trust me. I'm gonna remember the people who show support. But again, a lot of people show support and then they fade off. Ask J. Cole and Mr. and Dr. Wing Wong. You see it happen all the time. But I don't blame you, because it's fucking trading, dude. This shit's hard. This shit is hard. It is not easy. And it's not meant for everybody. Don't forget, they playing their club music, have their fake G-Wagon in the background. Yeah, for real. Going popping bottles. See, I don't know if any of you guys do that shit, but I don't know. Personally, of who I am as a person, I don't like going to the clubs and popping bottles and wasting money on that shit. I'd rather either give that money back to somebody who needs it or just buy something or invest my money, especially while you're young. You got people going spending 10, 20 grand at a club popping bottles for one night. Yeah, it's cool and all, but people go to the strip club and they'll spend 20 grand at the strip club. Go put 20 grand into an investment while you're young. Do that stuff later. It ain't gonna go away. I don't know though. Everybody lives different life. Everybody does different things. Is this a 15-minute high on ES? It's not. This is a 15-minute high on NASDAQ though. I'm $1,200 away from passing these next group of evals. I've never copy traded my evals, so it's forces me to just... Oh yeah, dude. But just keep doing what you're doing, J. Cole. I don't even have to say it to you. Slow, consistent growth compounds over time. And you're compounding more accounts that are going to turn into funded accounts that are going to turn more, that make your business grow even more, where you make money more off of it. That just made sense. I don't even know what I just said. But you're building the funding. Step 1, build the funding. Well, wait. Step 1 is learn how to trade. Step 2 is learn a strategy. Step 3 is learn who you are as a trader. Step 4, go through hell. Step 5, build accounts. Step 6, get a payout. Step 7, don't think that a payout's the holy grail, because it's not. It's figure out consistency. And then step 8, go through even more hell. And then step 9, a little bit more. And then step 10, become consistent and disciplined and patient. You got a girl, what do you want me, Big Timmy? Yes, I do have a girl. I am engaged. I'm going to get married. I love her. She's awesome. And yeah. Good one. You stalking me? You stalking my Instagram? Big Timmy's gonna leave now. Now he knows that I'm wifed up. Wow! Wow! Big Timmy. Yes, sir, Wing Wong. Timmy's getting freaky up in here. Timmy gets what he wants. Dude, though, my strategy's actually pretty simple. It's not like it's not nothing crazy. I just think I have a lot of market experience. That's why it works well with me. Been doing this shit for some time. We still got a lot of growing to do. Look at this price action. Don't you just love it? I think we're waiting for news to drop. How much time we got? We don't even get a countdown yet? 10 minutes, I think it starts to count down. Let's see if news wants to push us higher up to what we were talking about before. The only setup I'm going to look for today, guys, the only setup I'm going to look for is what we're talking about here. That's the only setup I'm going to look for. I want to see this hourly candle close as a new low. And I want to target the relative equal lows. That's the only thing I'm looking for. Coming into a 4-hour bearish gap, man. Same thing, it's on ES also. I want to see if we want to target that 4-hour gap, take out that buy side, continue lower, take out these lows, and then go from there. If we don't get that and we take out this low, I don't even want to target anything like this. You could if you want. But again, I don't like going in the opposite direction of a trend, especially on a Friday, and especially because I'm on a losing streak. I don't have the balls to do it right now. But if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we're creating lower lows and lower highs. We're in an overall bearish trend. We dumped yesterday. We broke structure back on the 4-hour. We're bearish on the hourly. Why did we break structure back to the upside? Broke structure back up to the on the hourly time frame. But we inverse this hourly gap. I don't know. I think relative equal lows down there. We come take this out. Schmack. It's a strong draw. But we'll find out. That's all I really want to see today. That's opening my eyes. Even if I wanted to look at the other direction, could target this, but we could do something like this and continue lower if we want to. That's why I don't want to take it, because we have draws below to continue lower. I'd rather stay on the same side as the trend right now. But we might just consolidate in a range all day. We'll see. I swear if it's another day like this, dude, these past... The 24th and the 25th used to wreck me a year or two ago. I would have blown all my accounts. But we stayed patient, didn't take any trades. Yeah, I have a blueprint and stuff like that. But again, it's not my strategy. That's another thing, Timmy. I'm very transparent with my journey and what I do. You're going to get transparency out of me. You see these kids saying that they invented these strategies, these inverse fair value gaps, these sweep of liquidity. It's all been around for so long. Like, it's not even my strategy. It's something I've learned from somebody else, but I developed bits and pieces from other people also, and just combined everything together with market experience and just studying and failing and learning over time and making it work best for me. Like, you got to make your strategy work best for you. You can't copy somebody in a way, dude. You can't be like them. It's like, I always bring up sports because I was an athlete in college. If everybody knows basketball, that's why I use basketball. But I was a wrestler. But when I was wrestling in college, or if you're any other sport, people are special because they become themselves. Like, if you're comparing yourself to Michael Jordan, you can never be like Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan because he does Michael Jordan things, but you could play similarly like him if you get as good as him. Like LeBron James, he's good, but he's not like Michael Jordan, but he's LeBron James because he's LeBron James. He does what he does. You can play in a similar way, but you have to develop your own system and become yourself. It's like the same thing with a strategy. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, or do I sound stupid? I feel like everybody... There's so many different ways to trade, and so many people can trade the same way, and there's so many strategies that work, and people talk shit on strategies sometimes because they don't work for them. But there's people who make money just off of trend lines, off of support and resistance, but they make it work for them. That's why I even hate when people talk shit on strategies. If somebody can make something work for them and they have an edge in the market, then it works for them. Like, it's like there's so many different ways. I'm just trying to learn as much as I can from everyone and see where I fit. Yeah, you're at that stage, dude. You're a month in. Learn, find somebody you like on social media. Take bits and pieces off of the journey that they show. Find somebody who's transparent, who shows their live trades, who goes in depth on their strategy, who posts their entries, their losses, everything. Find somebody like that and then deep dive into their data, because you have somebody with more experience that has gotten more data with a proven strategy to them that works, so that shows you can make it work for yourself, if that makes sense. Yeah, everybody started with TJR. Everybody started with TJR. Yeah, like how Epstein was Epstein, I get you. Yeah, like Epstein and then Wing Wong. Wing Wong's trying to look up to be him, but you can't be identical to him. Now I'm looking at somebody new, he's cool. Who's that? Only downside is I know his doubling sucks. You fucker. Probably sucks now, dude. I'm probably washed up. I'm old. I could still be wrestling right now, but I left it for trading. Yeah, do you wrestle or no? Are you somebody from Instagram? Wait, Mash as a wrestler, what's your take on BJJ? Yes, sir, Wing Wong. I think BJJ's cool. I think all that stuff's cool. Would I personally do it? No. But I think BJJ's cool. Yeah, I was a D1 wrestler. I wrestled in college, dude. It was too much. I trained so much. I couldn't trade at specific times. I wrestled at Oklahoma State for a little bit, and then some crazy shit happened in my life. Some crazy shit. And then I couldn't wrestle for a year, and then I ended up losing my scholarship, and then I ended up going to Northern Colorado. And then I was making more money trading. And I just fell out of love with the sport, so I decided to start trading. MMA's dope. I was thinking about fighting. Yeah, fighting is, dude. I was gonna box or do MMA, but I know that requires a lot of time and hard work also. I feel like with sports like that, with wrestling, with boxing, with MMA, it has to be your life. If you want to become a champion, it has to be your life. You have to dedicate everything to it. And if you're trying to be a trader and that at the same time, and you're stressed out about trading and trying to make trading work and give it everything, it's hard. It's hard. You gotta master one first, I feel like, and dedicate everything to one craft to be able to do it. You could do both, don't get me wrong, but if you're in the learning stage of both, you're gonna have to dedicate everything to one, in my opinion. Like fighting, MMA, boxing, dude, especially, that's not a sport where you can fuck around, dude. There's people out there working so hard. And when you run into a motherfucker like that, it's not a game. You're gonna get your ass beat. And that ain't fun. That ain't fun. Fighting's dope though. I love fighting. I think it's a cool sport. J. Cole, have you watched the BJJ stuff with the UFC Fight Pass and stuff like that now? I don't think it's the Fight Pass. They might have it on Paramount. I never watched BJJ, but I think it's good to learn. A lot of my friends went down the fighting path after wrestling. All those wrestlers usually tend up going towards the MMA route. Yeah, no. I think grappling's cool though, dude. It's definitely freaking hard. Don't get me wrong. I've never really done it before, but I wrestled, so I understand those sports, combat sports. I know it's sad, but I think he'll come back strong. Hopefully, we'll see. I hate when people talk shit on champs, though, dude. You see how many people just lose faith in that guy and talk shit and everything, but you have no idea what that guy's probably going through. No idea. He lost his wife, his kids, because he can't. That ain't easy, man. That ain't easy. But I like Gaethje too. One of my friends trains with him. I used to wrestle with the kid at Northern Colorado. He trains out there with those guys now. And I like Gaethje because my friend says he's a cool dude, but I don't know. Gaethje kicked his ass, and I was very surprised that happened, but fighting, man. It's the fighting world for you. Anything can happen, but it shows you it's really possible, though, too. Out of all times for that to happen, dude, that was the perfect event, perfect situation for Gaethje. And it worked. And it worked. It played out for him. I know. You can go to... That's why I left it, because there's no really... You either become a coach or you go into the MMA. That's really it. You can go to the Olympics and stuff like that, but it's like every 4 years. They only accept one person from the United States. It's like I used to wrestle and try and get on like the world team and stuff like that for the US, and it's cool and all that, but there's no. They have that RAF thing now, but I doubt that'll. I don't know. I don't want to talk on other things. I just doubt that'll last. I think people would rather watch. If you think of the average person, if you put them in front of a screen and got the statistics on what they would rather watch, the average person walking around every day, they'd rather see somebody get their ass beat, bloodied up, their arm broken. It's just male human nature. They rather see that, but then you have them watch a wrestling match and they don't understand wrestling. When they have to pick between the two, even with like BJJ and stuff like that, it's always going to go towards the boxing and the MMA route, in my opinion. Because they want to see blood. They want to see somebody get beat up. They don't want to see somebody wrestle. You know, because they don't understand it. Yeah. Exactly. And I think personally wrestling is one of the hardest sports. Because of the training aspect. How much we would train, how much we would compete, the cutting weight. That's the aspect. Yes, fighting's hard because of like you're getting your ass beat, but it's again, you usually only fight once or twice a year. Again, when you're coming up in amateur fights, you're probably fighting a lot more, but still. I just feel like the training aspect, the cutting weight, the wrestling every week during season, multiple practice every single day. It's school. Yeah, no, you can't. You can't. With wrestling, dude, especially when I was in high school, high school, dude, I used to go to this tournament called Fargo, and it was one of the hardest national tournaments, dude. And if you lost, you would wrestle back so many matches. You'd wrestle like 14 matches in 2 days. It was insane. Even when I won it, dude, I wrestled, I think, 7 matches. I had to win 6 matches to get to the finals. And the finals match, there was like the 7th match just to win it. In 2 days. No, I don't. Not at all. I had some crazy shit happen to me, dude. I had a crazy situation. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. You can go on my YouTube. I kind of explain it once in a while, but I had a crazy situation happen, and it made me really fall out of love with the sport by the way I was treated. So. Fell out of love with it. I did it for 18 years too, man. Kind of got old after a little while. I wrestled my whole life. Big Timmy, you can look me up on YouTube. Look up. There's a couple world team when I was the world team finals. That's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. There's probably a couple of my matches on YouTube. Hey, look at that guy. That's not me. I know all these dudes. That's so funny. My Who's Number One matches are probably on there too. Yeah, I got 71 kilogram, yeah. Look at this shit. We're getting this sweep, so I gotta pay attention. Look at this throw. Ready? That was dirty. These are old, man. That's on Facebook. Is this one on Facebook? I launched this kid. That got like 600k views on Instagram. There's some good matches on there. There's There's a lot of them. This is who's number one. I lost that match. Back when I was a stud. Now I'm not a stud. I'm Italiano. Yeah, I'm Italian. That's old Travie, man. Old Travie. I remember that match. It was massive in Cali. Which one? What, the Who's Number One match where I wrestled that Santiago kid? He might have been. I think that's because he was from California. Or is it the one where I launched that one kid? Yeah, Santiago. Yeah, he's a good wrestler. That's funny, J. Cole. You saw that? We're still a stud. Yeah, we're still a stud. I know I'm still a stud, but I like to be humble and I'm quiet. I just don't like to be fucked with. That's it. But humble person. That's it. That's my past life. Yeah, dude. My style used to be, I used to just be nasty, J. Cole, but I lost that. In college, I lost that after what happened to me. I don't know where it went. The anger just went away. I used to just want to freaking maul kids. And then, I don't know, man, I lost that. I lost that in college. I think it's because I fell out of love with the sport. That was a mix of things, dude. That was a crazy situation what happened. Life just hit me in a way, dude. I truly believe everything happens for a reason, though, because we wouldn't be here now, right? And who knows where we're going to be 2 years from now in trading. We could be one of the best traders making crazy amount of money, dude. I truly believe everything happens for a reason. You know? Is your community mostly NA? What do you mean? What community? Oh, my Discord? I mean, I try to keep it as active as possible, but dude, some people don't freaking interact. I want people to interact more. We have a couple kids who interact pretty daily, but again, a lot of people fade out in this shit, dude. You're gonna notice it too. You're only a month in, but people fade out. People fade out. But I'm trying. I'm still growing on social media. I'm still growing the Discord. It was private for a little bit. I made it private because I didn't like trading live in front of people, and I've been just developing and getting better with that too. Because trading is hard in general. Trading live in front of people who have things to say when you take a loss, or people try and signal you and then you take a loss and they blow their accounts and they get all upset with you. And regardless, it's just terrible risk management. They shouldn't be signal botting you anyway. You take a loss and somebody takes a win and they try and flex that on you. Like there's people out there. We had somebody in here yesterday talking shit, dude. But again, trading on top of doing that has been a process for me to learn also. And we're getting better with it. So again, I made the Discord private for a little bit. And I just wanted to trade with the people in my community who wanted to show up every day. But then people started to fade out. So I decided to open it up again, you know. You'd be surprised, Timmy. You'd be surprised. Yesterday we had some guy talking, or even on, dude, I took a loss on this day. It says 18 trades, but this is 2 trades because I copy trade across multiple accounts. But I took a loss this day, dude, and as soon as I took the loss, some dude was talking shit saying he took the trade in the opposite direction, and he kept being a bot. Some people get annoying with that stuff, dude. It gets annoying, and it's not fun. So it's just something I'm learning to be able to control also. Exactly. And that's why people never make it, dude. They want the easy way out in life, and that'll never work. It'll never work with anything hard where most people aren't successful in. And I'm going to go back to it and say it again. That's why I think trading is a very difficult skill to learn, because it requires a lot of discipline. It requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of showing up and failing every day. And I'll bring it back to just being an athlete. If I was never an athlete, I wouldn't understand that. I learned a lot through wrestling with that. I'll be honest with that. Wrestling taught me discipline, patience, showing up even when things are hard, showing up when you don't want to show up, showing up when you're losing. Like, that's why I feel like most people don't make it in trading, because they expect it to just happen overnight. But you need experience, you need screen time, you need to lose, you need to fail accounts, you need to critique your strategy and keep developing yourself over time. Trading takes time, and I wish I could go tell myself that back then when I had a crazy amount of money when I got lucky in crypto, dude. I would have put that onto a live account right now and I'd be growing it consistently. But again, everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't become the trader I am now if I didn't lose all that money, because it hurt. So yeah, expectations do. It's good to have expectations and goals. It's good to have goals. But I feel like a lot of people have goals and they'll set those certain goals, and when they don't achieve it, they'll get upset with themselves, they'll be depressed, and then they'll blame the world, and then they won't attempt to just be like, okay, I set a goal. I know this is going to be hard to attempt and reach. If I don't do it, then we're going to give it another shot, you know? But people give up, and then they'll blame the world and say, why did I have this? Why did I have that? This person had this opportunity and I didn't, so that's why they made. And then they blame everybody else instead of just putting their head down and putting in the work, you know? Yeah, it's good to be a motivated person and have goals and expectations and stuff like that, you know? But you got to be realistic. You got to be realistic. Exactly. Dude, most people you come across with trading, and I'm gonna just give you, this is gonna be great advice for you because you're a month in, dude. Don't listen to most people, dude. Try and get to the point where you see it yourself. See it work in front of yourself. See the possibilities, and don't listen to most of these fake gurus, dude. Because again, a payout doesn't mean anything. I've done it before, right? A payout doesn't mean anything. That's not the end goal. You have kids out here getting payouts and they flex it and they think that's the end goal. Oh, I got 2 payouts. Oh, I got 1 payout. But then they go quiet because they can't be consistently profitable, dude. You could take anybody off the street, and that's the hard thing with trading. They could click a button and they could get lucky. They could get lucky and the market could go in their direction. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. And they can get lucky multiple times in a row. It's like flipping a coin. You could land on heads or tails. You can flip it on the heads, even though it's a 50-50 chance, 3 times in a row, right? So the hard part where trading comes into it is being consistently profitable over a year's worth of data, over 2 years worth of data, over 3 years worth of data. And most of these kids can't do that because, again, they'll rinse and repeat these prop firm accounts. They'll get affiliate codes, and they want you to use the affiliate codes because they're making money off of you, right? I currently have affiliate codes. I'll be honest with that. Why not make extra money? But I'm not forcing people to be like, all right, rinse and repeat accounts. Buy as many as you can, pass them as quick as possible, and then get your payout, request it, be done, rinse and repeat. No, I like the more, in my opinion, the correct route. Consistently grow over a long period of time and become a better trader over time instead of focusing on a payout. You should be focusing on how can I become a consistent trader, show up every day, follow my system, follow my rules, not crash out, and just evolve. Focus on the process of trading, of becoming better. Not how much money can I make, how quick can I get a payout. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I really don't, and I feel like people get stuck in that cycle. I got stuck in that cycle for 2 years, dude. I wasted 2 years. But then last year I took a step back. I built up funding for a year. And then this year, what was my goal this year? To build up those accounts that I built up slowly and consistently, because I've seen it last year. If I slowly, consistently build those eval accounts and I've passed them, that means I could do that on a funded account. And my data shows I can be consistent over the long term, you know, but it's going to take time. How many accounts you got right now? I got 25 accounts. So I have 20 50K accounts with Apex, and then I have 500K accounts with Tradeify. And then I'm currently working on an XAU account with FTMO. I trade Asian session now. I've been building a system around XAU, but I'm currently up 7% on that eval phase 1. I need to make 10% to pass, and that'll be a 100K account. So we're getting up there. Yeah, I copy trade multiple. You'll see my dashboard all the time. I don't know why this says 18 right now. One of my accounts for some reason isn't, or two of my accounts aren't linking for some reason. You can see them here. It says PA Apex. If you know Apex, you can see these. But my dashboard always says like 10 trades, or like today this was 5, but it's copy traded against the 5 Tradeify. I alternate my groups. Like this is 10. This is copy traded versus the 10. This should say 20 because again I took 2 trades this day. But I alternate my groups. They're like a cycle. I don't like trading all at once. I feel like I trade better when I alternate. Si, senor. We got this push up. News dropped. I don't really care about what it came out as, but we're just pumping right now. We're in this 4-hour gap. Let's see if ES wants those Asian session highs. We did form those relative equal lows down below. Let's see if ES wants those Asian session highs, and we could form a 5-minute S&T off of that. NASDAQ won't take out those Asian session highs, and we could take a trade on the leading index to the downside. That's my overall game plan right now. Higher time frame. Let me take a quick little step back because I've been talking. We have this hourly high up here also. Where's that 4-hour? At 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Do we have this high? 4 p.m. That's that 4-hour high. So we go higher time frame draws right here. 4-hour time frame. We're in this 4-hour gap on NASDAQ. Yes, we're going a little bit higher. I'd like to see that Asian session get swept and NQ stay down here. I would love for this to be a bearish candle closure and then price to continue higher a little bit up to take this Asian session high. We could form that 5-minute low. And we can use that as our 5-minute confirmation if we form a 5-minute low as a break of structure to show us we want to continue lower. But I really like these lows down here. I really like these lows. But we'll see if we end up getting something like that. You should have seen. Yeah, but again, for the people like Timmy and Aquarius, new people watching me on Kick and stuff like that, I'm just very transparent with my journey and what I do. Not the best trader in the world yet. I'll never admit that, even when we are making a shitload of money. But we're showing the process, and I feel like there's no better way to learn from somebody like that, especially who has more experience than you. A lot of people lie in this space. Try to be Tim. Alright, we're about to get a 5-minute candle closure here. Bearish candle closure. Let's see if we continue higher to this. Form a 5-minute low. And then see something like that. Let's see. We might get some action today. We'll see. There's that candle higher. See how this 5 closes. If this wants to continue without me up to the upside, dude, I'm fine with that. I wasn't really focusing on taking any longs or anything. So I won't be upset with that at all. I really want, I want to see if that short setup plays out that we've been talking about. But if this just wants to continue higher and take out these draws above and we just don't look like we want to do anything, I probably won't trade today. And I'll just end it on another losing week. But I'd only take 2 trades technically on one day. This week would be 1 loss and then 1 break even, which this trade, dude, we were back to break even and then we get stopped out at break even. We had this made back with 1 micro and then we get stopped out at break even. That was a little bit of an aggravating day, but again, shit happens. Shit happens. Dude, oh my god, that shows it right there. Oh, I'm running off like no sleep right now, and I feel great. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I was up till like 2 a.m. last night watching my gold trade. J. Cole knows. I was talking to him in the chat. Look at that thing run, dude. Even regardless, like look at that was dirty still, but that thing just freaking skyrocketed. We still hit a 46-point trade. My stop was below this low, so we still hit a 1-3 RR. But I reduced risk to this area, right underneath this level, and then I went to bed around here and I retraced to continue higher. But I think that's still a solid trade, dude. Sounds good, J. Cole. Peace out, brother. Have a great weekend. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. See how this 5-minute candle closes. Oh, we got good fights this weekend, Timmy. Bullet fights this weekend. He's fighting that Pereira guy. The fight's weird. How much do I normally risk on my 100K? So on my 100K, I go based off the drawdown, dude. So on my 100K Tradeify accounts, those are end of day drawdown. They're different compared to my Apex accounts. Apex is trailing, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, so I risk less. But on the 100K, I'll probably risk between 300 and 350 per trade, target a 1 to 2. There you go, Big Timmy. I'm really patient, dude, with my risk management. Again, some people might think that's not enough, but dude, $4,000 drawdown, risking 300 to 350 per trade. Sometimes I'll do like 200, 250 too. It just matters on the day. But what's that percentage wise? It's still a lot. So what's 300 percentage wise out of 4,000? It's still probably like 5% or some stupid shit. 7.5%. So that's still a lot. That's still a lot, dude. When I have a live account, I'll probably be risking around 0.5 to like 1 to 1.52% on trades, but I'm more aggressive on funded accounts. But people will say that's not a lot, and they'll want to trade minis and shit like that, but then they wonder why they blow their accounts when they go on losing streaks, because everybody goes on losing streaks. If I was risking a lot more, dude, my accounts would be blown right now, and they're still in very good spots. Like, my lowest group, after being on a 5-trade losing streak, still has $1,700 of drawdown room. It's plenty of room. And those are my Apex accounts that start off with 2,500 trailing. So it's just, and I alternate through my groups. So like sometimes one group will be in a more of a losing streak than the other, and it just makes me more comfortable to trade the next one that's on a winning streak. Like, I'm still on a 5-trade losing streak. On this one group, I'm down 3 trades, right? I'm 0 for 3 this month on this one group, but on this group of 10, I have 1 win and 1 loss. And then the Tradeify accounts, I have 1 win and 2 losses. So it just like makes me perform better, if that makes sense. See if we get this, dude. Let's see if we get a 5-minute S&T off of Asian session high. See if we break structure on the 5-minute time frame, and we're going to target those relative equal lows down below. Let's see if we get it. We have opportunity. We have an opportunity, but we're going to be patient. So why are you sweating? Why are you sweating? Is it hot by you or something? Or are you nervous? It's 40 degrees. Did you risk the same when you were in evals? That's a hard discussion to have because, again, right now, would I be risking more? Probably. I'd probably be risking around 500 per trade if I was on an eval to pass a 100K account. But that's just because I trust my system and I built so much data of it over time. What I first did is I used to, back then, if you took me 3 years ago, I took 6 months to a year to even pass an eval, dude, just to build my system. And I feel like that it feels like you're taking a step back and not doing anything, but when you do that, dude, it builds your discipline, it builds your patience. And I know people don't want to do that, but you got to remember, trading takes time. It's going to take years regardless. Like, you got to get that out of your mindset that it's going to take forever. Trading's going to take forever, dude, for you to get to the point you want to get to. I'm going to be honest with you with that. It's just going to take time. But when you go back and you take a step back, so many people rush into the process of going into an eval right away instead of paper trading and then going right into a funded. Even if you pass an eval account and you're risking so much and you pass it in 2 or 3 trades and you don't have experience enough yet to trade on a funded account, you're just going to rinse and repeat. But if you can prove to yourself that you can pass an eval account and trade it with good risk management when you're at that stage, and show yourself that you can pass that with a system you've built and good risk management, good discipline, showing up every day, being patient and not focusing on, oh, how quick can I pass it? It builds something in your brain, dude, that just makes you perform better when you get to that funded account and you know what needs to be done because you see it with your eyes. It shouldn't be how quick can I get past an eval. When we're trading evals, and especially if you're in the beginning stages within your first year or year and a half, 2 years, you want to take your time building your system, building your data, trusting your strategy, and using that eval to be able to, instead of just being paper trading, you're still taking a step to getting funded. Again, it feels like a waste of time, but it's not. You gotta still build and get more experience and just slowly focus on growing, the journey, the process of it every single day, you know? I know you don't want to hear that, but if I could go back and tell myself that, I would. Everybody's so focused on how quick can I do this? How quick can I make money? The best thing you could do is detach from that, dude, and just be like, how can I get better as a trader? What can I do of just taking my time and building the right system and not focusing on the money right now, especially in your first 1 to 3 years. Just don't focus on money. Just focus on the process. How can I become a better trader every single day? journal, reflect your trades, review your data. The boring shit. Boring shit, man. But I'm gonna give you the transparency based off of what I've learned. That's all I can say. I'm not one of those kids that's gonna tell you to just fucking go balls to the wall, because I've seen it, I've done it. It doesn't last long term, and I've wasted years doing it. It seems like it's working for you, but we're not here to gamble. We're here to run a business. We're here to be consistently profitable. And if you're sitting there every single day stressing out about, oh, am I gonna pass this eval, or am I gonna pass it this month, or I don't have confidence in my strategy, I get nervous every time I take a trade, you're gambling. Because you haven't built the experience. You're welcome. You're welcome. I could talk all day on this shit, dude. So if I get annoying, just tell me to shut up. But again, everything I tell you is based off experience. I don't know everything. You can take my advice if you'd like. But I have 6 or 7 years of experience in trading. Like, I actually have 6 or 7 years of trading, and I wasted my first 3.5, 4 years doing stupid things, getting scammed, rushing the process, and I got lucky making money in crypto. Like, I made like 120,000 off of Dogecoin, and I put all that money into trading the live Forex markets, and I got cooked, dude. I'd get lucky on some trades because I was risking so much, but I had no risk management. I had no strategy. And I just wasted years, and then you go through that pain of losing all that money, and it builds doubt in your brain. That's why I wish I could have just saved that money and then focused on building a system, becoming a better trader. And I could have done better things in the future, but again, it's part of the learning curve. It's part of the learning curve. When does this 15-minute candle close? 12 minutes? Right. Wow, it's already 10:30. Let's see if we get that move around 11 to these relative equal lows. I'm going to go pee real quick. Anyway, we have a minute to this candle closure. Let's see what happens. I want to see if the 11 a.m. macro is going to follow through to those relative equal lows. If we don't, I'm going to cut it for today. But I'm going to wait till the 11 a.m. macro today. Peace out, Timmy. a little action here, brother. See if we want to sweep this 5-minute low and continue higher, but I want to see a break. And I want to see this 15-minute S&T form. That's what I want to see. Holy stop loss, dude. Holy shit. he didn't inverse it. Staying patient. See if we respect this 1 minute volume imbalance right here. Staying patient. I can't take it with 2 micros. I don't have to go 1 micro. I'm gonna have to go 1 micro. I have to go 1 micro. We farmed that 15-minute SMT off of Asian session high too. But I'm waiting for confirmation. Peace out, G.
Order filled.
Alright, we waited patiently. We waited patiently. Let's see if we get skunked. Let's see if we get skunked. Let's see if we continue on the losing streak. I like it. It's there. We're gonna see what happens. See if we get skunked. I don't want to inverse this gap. I went in 1 micro. Entry's at 249. 29489 is my entry. 24989. Around here. So I'm risking around 119 points with 1 micro. That is crazy, dude. Let's see if the 11 a.m. macro we pump down. That's the overall goal. 11 a.m. macro pump down. We're on the leading index based off the 15-minute S&T. We waited for our 1-minute confirmation. We broke structure on the 5-minute time frame. We have a 5-minute high above, though, that I don't like. We do have a 5-minute high that we could come up and want to sweep, which I don't like. But we'll see what happens. We need to see follow through to the downside here. This is going to be my break-even level, the 50% level of this 15-minute fair value gap. And I'm gonna hold this all the way down to these lows. I'm gonna hold it if it goes. I'm gonna hold it all the way down to these lows for a 306-point trade with 1 micro. With 1 micro, that'd be impressive. Saw my system, followed my risk, followed my strategy. There's nothing I can do after this. There's nothing I could do. We followed everything. We waited patiently. I see what happens. Let's see if the losing streak continues. One micro. We do have that 5-minute high above that I don't like. I don't like this 5-minute high. We could want to come up and sweep that. We might want to. We might want to. We'll see. The 11 a.m. macro is about to open. Let's see if we can dump at the 11 a.m. macro. We could put it above this high to be a little bit more safe. At 619, how many? That'd be 130. What was our original risk? It'd be what, 10 more points? We want to see the 11 a.m. macro push down. We don't want to reclaim that 5-minute high. That's the only thing. We do have that 5-minute high above that we could want to reclaim. Right here. But let's hope it's a protected high. This 11 a.m. macro is about to find out. We're about to find out. We could move it higher above this candle. So that'd be 130 per account. It's 130 times 2. 130 times 2. 260. I could be fine with that. Just in case that 5-minute high gets swept. What would that be at? 29,618? 29,618.50. Let's keep it there. 29.68, right above this high. Let's put it on the 19 dot, right on the 19. And this will be the only trade I take today, regardless if we win or lose. Just because we can reclaim this 5-minute high. Oop. Just because we can reclaim that 5-minute high. I don't want to, but Fridays are tricky, dude. This is a perfect setup, but it might not play out. I'm gonna set my take profit just in case at 29,180. Might not even matter. We'll see. Let's see if we can end the losing streak. Let's see if we can end the losing streak. This is the setup I wanted to see. Let's see if we want to reclaim that high though, dude. Boo. Oh, lordy. Hold on a second. ES is coming up above this 5-minute high. Oh no. Please form a 1-minute SMT off of this. Do not create an equal high. Created an equal high. Oh shit. Let's see. Let's see if we form an SMT off of this. This is our last hope. ES took it first, which is a good sign, but we want to freaking form an SMT off of this. Let's see, I have my stop at 19 on the dot. $19 on the dot. Let's see if we can form an SMT off of this. Let's scale down to the 1. Let's scale down to the 1. Come on, we like that. We like that. Let's not get too excited yet, though. Form that 1-minute SMT off of that 5-minute high. We want to see this candle close strong. We don't want to see it wick up. Okay, we've got a 1-minute SMT off of that 5-minute high, and we're the leading index though, and we're the leading index off of the 15-minute. I like this trade regardless of the outcome. So if I lose this, I really don't care. I really don't care. I feel like we could pump straight through this though and target those relative equal lows. I'm gonna hold this regardless of what happens. If I hit my break-even level, I'm going break-even. If it starts ripping, I'm holding it all the way down to this hourly low. It'll be a 306-point trade with 1 micro, which would be incredible. But we'll find out. I'm gonna have my take profit right at like right here at 29198 ish. That's where my full TP is going to be, but we're targeting that hourly low. But we're targeting that hourly low. We're targeting those relative equal lows. We like that. We like that we took that high. And then we're getting a reaction off it. We formed a 1 minute S&T. We broke back to the downside. We like that right now. It's up to the market now. Can we get follow through on Friday?
Shipt knows that no order is ordinary. When you order produce, Shipt sees the meals and memories you'll produce with it. Not just soap in your cart. It's what washes away the day. Not paint, but strokes of genius. That's why shoppers with Shipt deliver same day and shop the same way you would.
Use code SAVINGS to become a Shipt member for half off, only $49.
Can we get follow through on a Friday?
.com/offer. Terms apply.
We do have a 15-minute low down here. But we're sweeping session highs, so I believe we can continue lower through that. I'm going to keep my break even at this 15-minute fair value gap right here. That's where I'm going to keep my break even. It's a good break even level. Can we get follow through on a Friday? I'm risking 130 points, so regardless on the day, 130 times 2, we lose 260 per account, regardless. It's my drawdown on these accounts. Pretty sure I have 230. Okay, so regardless, these accounts will still have $200 or $2,000 drawdown, regardless. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get follow through on a Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up getting stopped out because it is Friday. Friday moves weird sometimes and we don't get follow through, but I saw my trade. I waited patiently for my confirmation and I entered off of confirmation. Regardless that I'm on a losing streak, I saw it, so I'm gonna trust it. Regardless, we get stopped out, and that's it. We still have plenty of room on our accounts, and move on to next week. That's all we could do. That's all we could do. Let the market play. Let the market play. I would love to form a 5-minute S&T off of that 5-minute high. Let's see if we do. Let's see this 5-minute candle closure. Let's see this 5-minute candle closure. We got 40 seconds. Got 40 seconds. We want to form a 5-minute S&T off of that. We don't want that. We want to form a 5-minute S&T. Don't like that. Alright, no 5-minute S&T form. That makes me think we want to continue higher. I don't like that. So, let's see if we get stopped. Let's see if we get stopped. I would have liked that 5-minute S&T there. We broke structure on the 1 too. We'll see. We're sweeping out this 15-minute low, so we're sweeping out this 15-minute low. We don't want to sweep it. But this is a spot where we continue higher. I want my break even at this fair value gap, though. Sticking to my plan. Sticking to my plan. Feel like if we're going to want to continue lower, we're going to follow through very quickly. This is a potential reversal spot, though. This is a potential reversal spot. We don't want to form an S&T off of this 15-minute low. We want to continue straight through it. We want to break structure on the 15-minute time frame also. We got a minute and 27 seconds on the 15-minute time frame. Can we break structure on the 15-minute time frame? We'll see. This would be cool if this plays, dude. If it doesn't, then I accept the risk and that's it. We're done for the day. On this last 20 seconds, we want to see price continue a little bit lower, like push lower and break and close below this low. We want to see it. We don't want it to wick up higher. If we see it wick up higher, I'm not going to like that. I don't want it to wick up higher. I want it to close below this low, but I want it to show us that we want to continue lower. Let's see. 3, 2. Okay, we broke structure on the 15-minute time frame. Everything about this trade I like, so if we lose, dude. Followed my system, I followed my risk. We're about to hit my break-even level, too. Load it up. All right, break-even. So I'm going to move my stop above this high to 51 points. If you guys are in this trade, this is a good break-even level. So I'm going to move my stop to 39. Because we still can retrace higher off of this. But I'm going to reduce risk to like 42. I'll put it at 42. 42.75. I'm going to have my stop loss. Where's that 5-minute high? Now, I'm going to move it above this wick right here. We reduced risk in half anyway. We reduced risk. So 2953. 2953. 53 what? 50? 53.50? We'll put this as move stop loss. Let's do the 50% level of this 15-minute gap as full break even. Right here. I want it above this 5-minute high. That's why I'm balling. This is another potential reversal spot, but if we could break through these guys, and if ES could take this 15-minute low, that'd be awesome. But we want to push through this, dude. We want to push right through. But this is another potential reversal spot, so let's pay attention to it here. I don't want to form a 5-minute S&T off of this 15-minute low. Come on, baby. Spec VWAP here. Respect VWAP. See what we get. Oh, no. We don't like that. We want this to be a big wick here. Let's see if we stop people at a break even and continue lower. That's why I didn't go break even yet. Let's see. Let's see. We might get stopped. We'll find out. We'll find out. If we can get a big bearish reaction out of this, that'd be awesome. But we might form a 5-minute S&T here. We're back in drawdown, which is okay. We're risking 65 points with 1 micro. That's okay. If we lose 65 times 2, we're risking 130 per account, 1.3K. But let's see if we could follow through lower here. We'd love that. We'd love it. Let's see if we could follow through lower here and create a new lower high. See if we could stop people out at break even, come to the 50% level. That'll be my break even right here, this 15-minute gap. That'll be my true break even, and then we'll completely let it run. But we reduced risk on the day. Let's see what happens here. See what happens. I don't know if we're going to get that follow through. I won't. We'll see. We'll see. We don't like that. See if we get stopped. Getting close. Getting close. At least it won't be a full loss if we take it. I think we managed risk well and everything. Damn, dude. I don't like that at all. We're going to hold. See if we could survive here. See if we could survive. See if we can get some sellers to step in this range. I'd really like that. But we'll find out. Honey, you home? Formed a 5-minute S&T off that 15-minute low, which stinks, but I'm just going to hold this regardless and trust the trade. I've already accepted that we've lost, so it won't be a surprise if it happens. Fridays though, man. Fridays can be tricky. That's another thing I'm just accepting. If we could break structure, dude, and inverse this gap down here, that'd be awesome. But right now, it's not looking so hot. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, we're getting stopped. Let's see. If we get a nice candle to the downside, inverse and break, I'll like it, but I'm not a fan of where we're at right now. Yeah, let's see if we get stopped here. Damn, dude, another loss. It's gonna stink. But it's alright. It's alright. Another loss in the books. 6 trade losing streak. Coming in hot. Still in. I'm still in. This would be legendary if this happens, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it.
Stop field.
Damn. Damn. Six trade losing streak. I like that trade too, brother, but again, this is the hard part. Fuck. How much did I lose? Why does this keep doing this? Why isn't it loading all my accounts, dude? I lost 128 per account, so that's 128 times 10. It's like 1.28k or something like that. $1,280. I don't know why this isn't fucking working. I might have to resync my accounts this weekend. Oh, that hurts though. 6 trade losing streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gay. It's gay. I'll post it. I'll be transparent with it. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. 6 trade losing streak though, dog. That's booty cheeks. Where are these accounts at now? Still have $2,100 drawdown. Did pretty good still. I think we managed risk well. Why isn't this loading? This shouldn't say 6. It should say 10. 129 per account, it says. I don't know why it says 128 here. But you guys see it. I'll put it for the kick chat and the live session. But again, people already left. We already had a bunch of people leave, but that's part of trading. People don't like when people leave right away. Let me see somebody lose. Dude, I swear if we had our stop here. So, I swear. I swear. Stinks. Probably done for the day. I was really confident in that trade too. I need to resync all my accounts or something, dude, because I don't know what the fuck's happening. I gotta redo it. I don't know what's going on with my TradeZella, but we lost like 1.3k today. But we reduced our risk on that, thank God. Wow. Yeah. Alright, well I got faked out like a mofo. So, it is what it is. I'm done for today. 6 trade losing streak, you guys can see. This should be, say, 10. It's on my group of 10 accounts. So I lost more. But I'm on a losing month. Get my ass whooped. Get my ass handed to me. But it is what it is. So, yeah, it's a good trade. But part of it, dude, I feel like I've been doing everything right. This is the hard part of trading where people crash out and they don't trust their system. They'll switch their strategy. The biggest losing streak I've had based off my dad is 10 trades. So, I don't know. We had a good month last month. We still made 8.9k last month, and then we had a break-even month, and then we had a good month here, and then we had a good month here. So we've been on a roll, but January we had a losing month, 6.12k. So it could be a month like that. So we'll see. We'll see, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trade losing streak. Alright guys, I appreciate you joining the stream. I appreciate everybody who subscribed and everything like that. We'll get this all posted up, but I'm going to stick to my system. I'm going to trust my system. Yeah, it sucks to end the week like this. And again, we did reduce risk. We only lost $128 per account when we were risking $260 per account. So we would definitely reduced our risk in half, or more than half, right? Whatever the math is on that. Or whatever, I don't know the math on that. But again, we were risking $260 per account on that trade. Our original stop loss was above this high. So we would have been stopped out for even worse. But we reduced our risk when we came to this 15-minute. I originally had it as my break even, but I wanted the 50% level to get hit because I thought we could come up stop people out at break even, coming up to here, and then retrace lower. But I was just wrong. So we'll just go back, journal this week, and then pretty much go from there. It sucks. It is what it is. But I'm gonna redo my dashboard. This day should be a bigger loss too. It's saying 18 trades when, again, I copy trade groups of 10. So it should say 20 trades here for 2 trades. And this should say 10 instead of 6 trades. Because we could copy trade it on a group of 10. So, alright guys, peace out. Have a great weekend. Another losing week for me. 3 losing weeks in a row after having 5 winning weeks in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Humbled. Peace out. Peace out. Adios.